Hi friends, welcome back. I'm really excited for today's video because I've seen a bunch of people do this in a few different ways, but we are doing an ultimate book video. I had quite a few bookish things that I needed to do anyway, so I thought it'd be fun to take you guys along. So you might notice some piles at the top of my shelves. We're gonna do a little bit of an unhaul. We're gonna do some book shopping, updating my reading journal, I think updating my Kindle as well, and then also finish the book that I'm currently reading. So a lot of fun things, hopefully something for everyone. But first, let's do this book unhaul because these stacks are killing my OCD brain. First, let's just get through this set of 4 quickly. I read book 1 in the Natural series quite a few months ago and I didn't really love it. I decided to give the series another shot by reading book 2 this month. Not to spoil anything for my reading wrap up, but I just didn't really like that book either. I just don't think the series is for me. I don't like the whole serial killer murder thing. I will give Jennifer Lynn Barnes another shot. I do want to try and read the Inheritance Games. That just seems so much more up my alley because that one is about solving puzzles and riddles and trying to work out clues, which just sounds way more fun and less high stakes. So because of that, I'm not feeling any need to keep these on my shelves and I'm gonna actually give these to a friend. These next few books I'm unhauling are all books from 2024 that I read and did not enjoy. I think I'm mainly keeping on my bookshelves 3.5 stars and above. I maybe have 1 or 2 3-stars sprinkled in. So to start us off on a bang, I was really umming and ahhing about this one because I do have the other books in this set by Abby Jimenez, but I just really didn't enjoy this book at all. I feel no need to keep it on my shelves. I know someone else will enjoy this more. This is a contemporary romance where we explore a lot of anxiety representation. Unfortunately, I just couldn't really connect with our characters. I ended up giving this like a 2.5 stars. Havenfall is the first book of a duology. I didn't find the first book overly strong. I gave this a 3 stars, but then I read book 2 in this duology and I gave that a 1 star. So overall the series has just left like a bad taste in my mouth and I really don't want to keep it. Love in Other Words by Christina Lauren, another super popular contemporary romance that I unfortunately could not connect with. I did not enjoy the trauma dumping that just happened on one of our characters and that's the only way we had conflicts in the book. I think this was also a 2.5 stars. Let's do a quick hit of 2 DNFs that are very different from one another. Girl Wash Your Face by Rachel Hollis. I just really don't think this woman should be giving self-help advice and that's just my humble opinion. And then I finally tried to push myself through the Zodiac Academy. I think I got around like 40% and I just seriously hated the writing style and do not want to keep this on my shelf. I definitely won't be continuing the series. This was a work-related nonfiction book, The Inspirational Leader by Gifford Thomas. This was like a 3-star. I don't feel like I learned anything new while reading this, so I'm not really feeling a need to keep it on my shelves. And now onto our final stack. The Frame Up by Gwenda Bond I had picked up for a reading vlog. This is like a magical realism heist book, which sounded so fun in theory, but in reality I didn't connect with it at all and I really didn't enjoy the writing style. Angel Falls by Kristen Hanna. I went on a total rant about this book in one of my wrap-ups. I really hated the father figure in this book. He calls his young son pathetic multiple times after witnessing a very harrowing accident with the mom, which puts her in a coma for an extended period of time, and I just couldn't root for them at all, and I felt overall that some of the plot points within this book were really strange. The Good Part by Sophie Cousins. I literally could not tell you almost anything about this book. This was like a 3 stars, not good, not terrible, but totally unmemorable. Don't feel like I need to be allocating space for something like this. I absolutely love the cover of this book, so I'm so sad that I didn't actually enjoy it. Fable by Adrienne Young is a very sea pirate boat-based book, and friends and family of mine will definitely remember this book because this was infamously the boat talk book, where we just had so much boat talk that I just literally could not care about what was going on whatsoever. And finally, this is a book that I only read last month. Fall into Temptation by Lucy Score is the second book in a small town romance series. Unfortunately, the two books that I've read in this series have such strong insta love that it has been a crazy ride to read. Couldn't get behind these characters or this relationship. Literally just wanted it to be over every single page I was reading. So obviously won't be keeping this one either. So those are the books that I plan on unhauling. We have some used bookstores near us where if you sell your old books, you can receive credits to buy books through them at a discounted price. So Hunter and I plan on doing some book shopping there tomorrow. Thankfully, he's fine to be dragged along as we explore a different location than we've been to before. I'm excited because last time I went, I managed to get 4 or 5 books for like literally $5 because of how the trading went. Hoping the same this time because don't we all love getting books at a discounted price? But since that is related to the books we're unhauling, I'm gonna go ahead and jump to that footage now and hope you guys enjoy. Okay guys, we just got back from Chambliss. I do have to say I much prefer this location to their Book Mine location. It doesn't seem like there's as many books at this location, but so many of them were in such good condition. They literally looked brand new. So not only did they buy almost all of the books that I was trying to sell, but I did come away with a little haul. But I'm gonna save these for next week's video. I'm doing a bit of a collective haul, so get excited for that because I have been doing quite a bit of book shopping. So as I leave you guys on that teaser, let's get back to the video. The next thing that we're gonna work on is my reading journal. This is my first year doing a reading journal. Last year I was just keeping track of everything on my phone's notes app, but this year I wanted something a little bit more official. I searched high and low for what I thought would be the best reading journal for me. I found this one on Etsy and my mom gifted it to me, but I can already say that I wouldn't repurchase this. What I liked about it is that you're able to do just one-page spreads. So here's an example of 2 books that I read and I filled out. And because you can do just one-page spreads, you're able to get over 100 books in here, which I really liked. A lot of the reading journals I found only held like 50 or 70 book reviews. So I would need like 2 of those per year, and that just feels like a waste. So I felt like this was one of the best options I could find. However, it definitely does lack a lot of things that I would like to add and keep track of, such as like a series tracker or documenting my 2025 TBR or doing like an A to Z challenge, a prompt challenge, different things that I've seen others put who draw everything themselves and customize it to completely what they want. I felt like that would have been a little bit overwhelming this year, and even just this is a little bit overwhelming to keep track of. It definitely all takes longer than I thought it would, but what you can track other than just like your one-page spread reviews, you can track your daily reading, how many books you read per month, upcoming releases by month, and then your TBR. And then there is a little bookshelf where you can fill in the spines. I definitely want to color these in. I just don't have a system for what color I want to use when. So I've just left that not colored in thus far. And then you just get right into your reviews. So I've mostly filled out my reviews for my February books. There's a few that I need to fill out further. And then I have already read 2 books in March. So I'm gonna get those entered in as well and try and tap into some creative juices. But I'll probably just put some music over this and try and make it really relaxing. up to date on my reading journal. I don't know why this takes so much longer than you would expect, but it does feel good to be caught up. I forgot to mention that a huge reason why I don't love this reading journal and why I wouldn't plan on rebuying it is the bleeding in between pages. Like, can you see the bleed through? On some pages it's more apparent than others, but I have to like draw so lightly, and even then it'll still bleed over. You can see I used blue on the page before, and you can see the little boxes here. So I don't know, I just wish these pages were thicker. I don't know if the solution is going to be creating my own reading journal next year and doing everything by hand. That does feel super daunting, so I hope that's not the answer to everything. I don't know, I searched high and low for this reading journal, and this was like the best one I could find. So if you guys have a reading journal that you love that allows you to give about 100 book reviews, a girl would love to know, because I would definitely be interested after I finish up using this one. So anyways, we're done with this now, and now I think it is time to redo my Kindle. I do absolutely love my Kindle. I decorated this in a sports romance reading vlog, I think. I do love how it is decorated, but I have had it for like 6 months, so I feel like just a little bit of a switch up would be fun. And I have so many stickers. I feel like we can come up with another fun design. So let's go ahead and head downstairs while I redecorate. I had used this glue tape to stick down those previous stickers, thinking, oh, this is so smart. I'll be able to reuse them and take them off easily. Not expecting that it would leave all of this on my Kindle. So I'm gonna go and try and clean this off now. So happy with how my Kindle came out. I felt like it was a good little refresh that was needed. I feel like I went a little bit more summery with this one, since we are entering into warmer weather, with the little flower and like the pink tote. And I've been really into romance, so I felt like the chili peppers were also a nice addition. I'm just happy with how this turned out. Unfortunately, we won't be using this to read today because I am in the middle of a physical book. And would it be a bookish video without a little bit of reading? So I'm hoping that we can finish this tonight, because I only have like 100 pages left. Currently on chapter 34 of The Love of My Afterlife by Kirsty Greenwood. I don't even really know how to explain this book because it is wild. It is so absurd. It is not based in reality at all. I really feel like if you've watched The Good Place and enjoy the humor in The Good Place, you will be able to enjoy the absurdity of this book. If you haven't watched The Good Place and don't like being in situations where it's just totally unrealistic, you might not love this one, because the premise of this book is that we follow our female main character, Delphi, who chokes on a microwave burger and passes away. When she's in the afterlife, working with this afterlife therapist, she is able to watch a playback of her life, and it's pretty sad. She dealt with a lot of bullying in high school, so therefore her adult life, she willingly secluded herself and did not build any connections. And that ends up coming into play whenever she bumps into her soulmate, Jonah, in the afterlife. However, Jonah's not meant to be there and he magically goes away, but she's willing to work out a little loophole with her therapist where if she can find Jonah and get him to kiss her in 10 days, she'll be able to go back to Earth and live her life. So I'm in the midst of her being back on Earth and trying to find Jonah. And really, I think the premise of this book is it's not always the destination, it's the journey to get there. So we see her building connections with a lot of people that she never normally interacted with, and is able to experience life a bit more fully now that she has everything to lose. It is sweet, but it is completely unhinged. I really don't know where my rating is going to be for this. I think maybe like 3-4 star range, we'll see, but I'll make sure to give you guys my final thoughts at the end of this one. seen last night, I finished The Love of My Afterlife by Kirsty Greenwood. I was originally planning on giving you a review right away, but I was way too tired after reading this to give you guys a coherent thought. So here I am the next day. My thoughts haven't changed too much from my original check-in. I do think this was so wholesome and sweet, but it is absolutely kooky, and you cannot go into this expecting a very realistic story. It is meant to play on the absurdity of the situation. If you pick this up, make sure you have the right expectations going into this, because if you want like a super realistic romance, something that you can really relate to, I would not say that this is it, but it definitely does all loop around in a very sweet way. But it really is about the journey that life takes you on and the friends that you meet along the way. Where Delphi was at the start of this book, which was very lonely and isolated, changes in the best way possible, and I absolutely love the group of friends that she made because of how sweet the ending turned out to be. I did give this a 4 stars. I was giggling, I was kicking my feet, and this does read super quickly. It's about 365 pages, so I would say just maybe a little bit above average for a romance story, but goes by so quickly. I did also have this as an audiobook through my library, so I listened to part of this. The audio narrator wasn't my absolute favorite. I don't feel like she played into the humor as well as I could in my brain, so I did prefer physically reading this, but overall still had a great time. And with all of that being said, I hope you had a great time watching today's video. I hope it was fun taking you along some different bookish things that I haven't filmed before. I'm definitely now up to date on all of my bookish to-dos, so that does feel good. And I am really excited for next week's video because I have quite a few books to haul. I think it's definitely going to end up being my biggest book haul to date. So make sure that you are subscribed so that you don't miss out. And for now, this is where I will love you and leave you. So thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye guys!